Celebrity True or False?
You can't handle the truth.
There you go. That's the production value for you, Michael, just to start it. First one, true or false, Michael Fassbender, true or false, you directed yourself in high school in a version of Reservoir Dogs. True or false?
True.
Okay. How does this come about? What happened?
I started acting at 17. It was Donnie Courtney, who's since passed away, so rest in peace to Donnie, introduced me to acting at 17. I joined his company, Brick Roo, and then after a year, I thought I'd just get my friends together and put on a play of Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, wow, there it is.
There it is. Is that you as Mr. Pink on the right side of the is that it, Michael? Do we find it?
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Okay.
So just, did it totally, didn't know what I was doing, and was the biggest and best learning experience I ever had.
How did we reenact, I guess, the Michael Madsen stuck in the middle with you scene on a high school stage? Mike, how did we do
tricky.
that one?
Yeah, so I believe we had a little bit like a lamb chop through the year. And the guy that played Mr. Blonde, O'Shea, his cousin was a makeup artist, so she came down and helped us. Really kind of that's
wow.
The whole sort of whoever we knew within the town came and helped us, and so that little lamb chop got thrown into the audience, and we just kind of positioned the character away from the audience, so there was a lot of cutting.
Okay.
That side of the head, faced away from the audience, and then the little bit of lamb chop got thrown into the audience.
Very impressive.
Wow.
That must have been quite the moment. What would the 17-year-old have thought that you would actually be in a Quentin Tarantino film one day, Michael?
Yeah, that was a moment for sure. And I remember I told Quentin when I was auditioning for him, I say, I did a play version of Reservoir Dogs when I was 18, and I was like, but we gave the money to charity, and he was like, that's good. I don't want people making money out of my shit, man. It's too early to say that, but it was one of those moments for sure when I was on the set of Inglorious Bastards where I pinched myself many times.
I bet.
Yeah, it was a real moment.
I bet. And that's the second one we have here. Michael Fassbender, celebrity, true or false? True or false, the tavern scene in Inglorious Bastards took 2.5 weeks to film. True or false?
I can't remember how long it took to film, actually. I know that we definitely rehearsed it. So the 2.5 weeks would definitely, maybe two weeks rehearsal, half a week to shoot. So, true. Yeah. I
mean, watching that scene back, we were just talking about it actually before you came on. It made us nervous just to discuss it, to be straight up. We got nervous just to talk about it.
Yeah, it was, I remember the actor that plays the soldier that rumbles me, August Steele, the guy that comes out with the boot full of beer.
Yes.
He was so good from day one. It was one of those moments where I was like, oh my God, I better go home and make sure I'm coming, ready to go to work tomorrow. He was so impressive. And that whole sort of cast. But just, I remember August specifically from day one. I was like, wow, I better, bring my A game here, because this guy, he was on fire from the beginning.
What was it like to be directed by Tarantino? You got a good Tarantino story for me, Michael?
I think I like to take naps during the day. And, Quentin, I don't think likes people to take naps on set. So anybody that was taking a nap would get photographed taking a nap with the dildo.
Oh, God, no. Oh, what? Are you serious? There's a photograph of such a thing that's out there right now.
There was the wall of shame. So everybody was on that wall of shame with, I think the dildo's name was Jerry. Big purple dildo.
Wow. Sounds like a Buffalo Bills end zone right there. Michael Fassbender here on the Celebrity True or False right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Next up for you, true or false, you went on a diet of berries, nuts, and sardines for your role in Hunger and lost 33 pounds in the process. True or false?
Yeah, I don't know in pounds because I did it in kilos.
Okay.
An annoying answer.
I didn't mean for you to do metric here. You know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, totally. So yeah, I got down to 58 kilos.
Oh, my.
So I don't know what that is in pounds, but it was because I was on a calorie count. So the doctor, you know, and nutritionalists, they were like, okay, do 1,000 calories a day. I had 10 weeks to lose the weight, and so I did 1,000 calories a day, and then after like week 4, I just kind of flatlined at around 64 kilos, and I was like, oh, I'm not losing any weight beyond that. So then I dropped it to 600 calories a day. And with a tin of sardines, I could tell how much was in it, you know, by calorie count. So that was my meal. That was like I tried to wait till 7 p.m. to have the sardines. Sometimes I would crack and eat it at 6:30. and that was a real sacred moment. I was on my hands and knees, just sort of like eating the all the sauce out of the sardines tin. And then the nuts and berries would kind of, you know, tide me through the day. But you have to be careful with nuts. Nuts was probably a bad idea because they're so moorish, you know what I mean? You just, once you start eating them, you can't stop. And they're high in calorie content.
Wow.
So I had to be careful with the nuts.
But yeah, it's unbelievable that you would know more about nuts and sardines based on your fantastic film career. Who knew? You're a professional. You're a professional.
Yeah, I got quite obsessive about it. It was a very interesting experience.
I bet. Yeah. Last one for you. True or false, Michael Fassbender? You and James McAvoy like to play a drinking game where you take a shot and then get slapped in the face. Is that true or false?
That is true and false.
Okay.
True because that game did take place. False because I was never part of it.
What do you mean? What do you got for me?
I just never understood the game. But if I was there, I would have maybe taken part, but I doubt it. I think that was a game that happened in San Diego when we were doing Comic-Con, and I had gone to bed. But I believe that was a game that was played.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't understand it.
Damn it. I wanted it to be true, and I wanted you to be dressed as Magneto and him as Professor X while you did it. Like, that was the way I was envisioning it, Michael.
That's the best way to envisage it. I might actually have to just get dressed up next time I see James and just do it for that alone with the helmet and everything.
Well, certainly if you're going to get slapped, you should have the helmet. Like, that would be a protective measure for this contest. So then I guess the other one is, it's true that you have a scar on your left ankle because McAvoy once crashed a golf cart you two were driving in. Is that a true story?
That is true. That is true.
What
happened? It's actually on my shin, my left shin.
Okay. What happened? What happened?
I think we were just, overexcited, very passionate. No, we were just driving the golf cart back from, the set to the trailers. And I think we were trying to go around the corner as fast as possible. So like counterbalancing, I think I was hanging out one end as he was turning right. I was balancing out to the left. And what happened? I think he ran into the back of a Lexus.
That's not good.
Yeah, no, it's not good. And I went over the back seat. He ended up on the ground. That's right. Yeah. And I flew over the back seat and into they hit that plexiglass shield and the steering wheel, and then ended up back in the back seat again, which was amazing. And then I just remember looking down on the ground, and James was coming. He's like, "You all right, mate?" So yeah, that is true.
Fantastic. See, these are all great stories, and that's why. By the way, it's been a while since we've done Celebrity True or False. It's fantastic. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.